fuel is a fuel formed by natural processes such as anaerobic decomposition of buried dead organisms, containing energy originating in ancient photosynthesis. The age of organisms and their resulting fossil fuels is typically millions of years and sometimes exceeds 650 million years. Fossil fuels contain high percentages of carbon and including petroleum, coal, and natural gas. Other commonly used derivatives include kerosene and propane. Fossil fuels range from volatile materials with low carbon and hydrogen ratios, like methane, to liquids like petroleum, to novelty materials composed of almost pure carbon, like anthracite coal. Methane can be found in hydrocarbon fields, either alone, associated with oil, or in the form of methane calthrites. The theory that fossil fuels formed from the fossilized remains of dead plants by exposure to heat and pressure in the Earth's crust over millions of years was first introduced by Andreas Liebowitz in his 1597 Alchemia, and later by Mikhail Lomonosov as early as 1757, and certainly by 1763. The first use of this term, fossil fuel, was by German chemist Caspar Neumann, in English translation in 1759. In 2017, the world's primary energy source consisted of petroleum, 34%, coal, 28%, natural gas, 23%, amounting to an 85% share for fossil fuels in primary energy consumption in the world. Non-fossil sources in 2006 include nuclear, 8.5%, hydroelectric, 6.3%, and others. Geothermal, solar, tidal, wind, wood, and waste, amounting to 0.9%. World energy consumption was growing at about 2.3 per year.
One of the main benefits of fossil fuels is job creation. This helps boost the economy while providing financial support for the families in the surrounding areas. The following data shares how many jobs are created with fossil fuels. Oil and gas extraction will create 211,500 jobs. Coal extraction will create 76,600 jobs. Oil and gas support will create 312,400 jobs. Coal mining support will create 157,500 jobs. Oil and gas pipeline construction will create 140,300 jobs. Oil, gas, and mining field machinery will create 94,800 jobs. Petroleum and coal production and manufacturing will create 113,100 jobs. Petroleum supply will create 98,300 jobs. Gas stations will create 876,800 jobs. This means there will be a total of 2,081,300 jobs.
Fossil fuels are natural fuels such as coal or gas, which are typically formed in a geological past from the remains of living organisms. According to the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, the United States obtains 81% of its total energy from fossil fuels. The percentage includes oil, coal, and natural gas. These fossil fuels help our country conduct power industry and manufacturing, run electricity through our homes, and even gas in our vehicles. There is an abundant supply of coal in the United States. In 2015, 33.2% of our electricity came from coal. which was slightly higher than the natural gas, which was 32.7 that year. More than 1/4 of the total known world coal reserves are in the United States. Although America has plenty of coal consumption in the United States is projected to decrease slightly during the next 25 years, from 801 million tons in 2015 to 557 million tons by 2040. The United States depends greatly on imports of petroleum. Experts project that the demand for this fuel will increase through 2020. The U.S. Energy Information Administration, or EIA, reported that the United States remained the world's top producer of petroleum. EIA projects that the oil production will remain about 9.4 million barrels through 2025 and will rise to 11.3 million barrels by 2040. Natural gas is used to heat homes in the United States. It also is a raw material in various products such as paints, fertilizers, plastic, medicines, and antifreeze. Natural gas is often described as a clean burning because it produces fewer undesirable byproducts per unit energy than coal or petroleum. Unlike oil, where majority of the source is imported, most of all of our natural gas comes from America.
According to Will Gemma, the economic benefits of fossil fuels are undeniable, although this doesn't come without its vices. The government has subsidized to oil companies numbers in the billions of dollars and campaign contributions from oil companies. These are convincing to say the least. But fossil fuels do employ a vast workforce directly and indirectly. This impact is truly of global scale. If you consider how much of the world runs on fossil fuels, how many companies are depending upon them, and how many products would not exist without them, you start to realize just how much fossil fuels have infiltrated life as we know it.
In favor of fossil fuels and in support of its use, we believe it can properly be retained and continue being the main source of energy power, in objection to alternatives such as nuclear. In theory, a drastic action of source control and strict non-wasteful policy will greatly prolong the fuel source. Fossil fuels is the leading energy source, and the need to change to alternatives can provide a multitude of issues. Our efforts to maintain this resource longer can ensure needed longevity to keep the steady flow of jobs that this industry provides.